All right, we have one more piece of movie news to address before we move on to our main topics today. And as you may have heard, yesterday we reported that Regal Cinemas are shutting down worldwide on Thursday. No ifs, ands, or buts. They're shutting down until we can get a virus, or I'm sorry, a vaccine to the virus, or until something changes. Regal is shutting down. Well, today, AMC Theaters, in response to Cineworld and Regal's temporary shutdown, said they will remain open. They're going to remain open. And AMC needs to remain open. That's the thing, is that I think a lot of people don't quite understand the dynamic of what AMC, the situation that AMC is in right now. So, pre-pandemic, I would say even up until February, AMC was doing great. Yes, they were $5 billion in debt, and that's no small amount of money. They were $5 billion in debt. However, they planned to be in debt $5 billion, and they had a plan to get themselves out of this debt. The reason they were in debt, AMC went through all of their theaters and they revamped everything. If you've ever been to the AMC Dolby Cinema Theater, it's my favorite. It's an absolute breathtaking movie-going experience. Reclining seats, plush chairs. Depending on which one you go to, sometimes they have dining options in the theater, a 4K screen, and Dolby surround sound. It's a beautiful theater. And the one in Times Square, not a bad seat in the house. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Not a bad seat in the house. You can be front row. You can be front row all the way in the corner, and it's still a good seat. I mean, try going to any other theater and get the same experience. You won't. So AMC spent all this money trying to revamp all of their theaters. As Todd mentioned earlier, upping their concessions, making the movie-going experience truly incredible, like truly incredible. And they also created the AMC A-List program, where you can purchase your tickets through your phone on your app. I think you pay like a premium, like $20 a month or $25 a month for the service, and you get to go see 3 movies a week. Whatever movies, however many times you want to see it, you can see up to 3 movies a week on your like $20 a month or $25 a month. So they dropped a ton of coin creating all this stuff. And then, whoop, had the rug ripped right out from under them with the COVID pandemic. Now, it put them in a very precarious situation to think that, I mean, they might not recover. They went through, they got themselves a little bit of a benefactor. They pulled themselves out of debt just a little bit. But, and they also, very famously made a deal with Universal Pictures where, if Universal, no, and this is the weird thing, it's not, Universal Studios does not get to carte blanche, do whatever they want to do, even though they made this deal with AMC. But having said that, AMC's they're gonna keep the doors open. And being here in New York City, I probably should have had this photo ready to go. There's a photo on my phone. I was passing, because I live in Harlem, I was passing the AMC Magic Johnson Theater a few days ago, and there were signs. They had previously boarded up the entire building where the AMC Magic Johnson was, and they have since taken the boards down, and there are pictures, or rather signs, in the windows saying, hey, if you're going to deliver something, go to the 3rd floor. To which I started questioning, hang on a second. It very much looks like AMC Theaters is, at least in Harlem, in New York City, is planning on reopening their doors. I mean, they're having deliveries. They're getting deliveries made. The wooden panels have been taken down off of the building, so it looks like they're preparing to open back up. Todd, have you heard of any of this stuff? Do you know what's going on? And is this a good idea for AMC to keep their doors open while, Cineworld and Regal are closing theirs?
Well, I think AMC, I don't know if it's, half of everything is luck, the other half is timing. This deal that they made with Universal means that they don't actually have to screen the films in order to capture revenue from Universal when Universal releases the films to
Correct.
streaming. So I think that it's maybe a little bit of marketing magic for them to say, hey, we understand Regal, you guys are suffering some tough times. We're going through the same thing, but we're going to persevere. But, well, you're not going through the same kind of tough time. You made
right.
a deal, an exclusive backdoor kind of deal. These other theaters, they have to rely on the slate of movies. And as you let off the show with everything getting pushed back and probably likely to continue to push back, why should a theater continue to operate in good faith when the studios have complete carte blanche to reassign these opening dates and not have to backfill them with something else? It just doesn't seem fair.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that currently Wonder Woman is set to come out on Christmas Day. So let's just go ahead and assume they're going to keep that opening right now. AMC, being the largest theater chain in the world, not just the United States or North America, the world, they stand the greatest chance at turning a profit. Obviously not like actually turning a profit, but making the most out of a bad situation. They stand to benefit the most from this. If Disney with Soul, if Warner Brothers with Wonder Woman, what was the other film that we were talking about earlier? Coming to America, Free Guy. Okay, so let's leave Free Guy and Coming to America off the table for a moment. So let's just talk about Soul. Disney has been very open about the fact that they're going to stick to this release date. I mean, I've been saying I think Soul is going to go to Disney Plus. They may try to do the same kind of deal that they did with Mulan. Mulan didn't work that well as people originally thought in terms of money making. That $30 premium turned a lot of people off. So
sure.
I don't know. I've just kind of thought that Soul is going to go to Disney Plus, but if Disney stands their ground and says no, Soul is coming out only in theaters, period, November 11th. Do you think?
Well, I might be talking out of turn, keeping honest here, if this is the way you remember it, but wasn't it Trolls World Tour that really kind of kicked off this animosity between the studios and theaters?
Specifically AMC and Universal, because AMC very publicly came out and said, haha, you want to release your film out on streaming? Well, we're not going to, the president of AMC Theater said, we will not forget this. That was his actual words. We will not forget this. And, Regal was just kind of like, okay, we'll back up AMC, but not as emphatically. But AMC was the one that was like, no, shame on you, Universal. And now they're in bed together, which is such a weird thing. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe this is them trying to play nice with the other theaters a little bit, saying, listen, we promise we're going to stick to this release date. We're going to have a wide theatrical release for this movie. We're not going to do what we just did again.
Could be. I mean, I'm excited to kind of see what is going to happen. And also, as has previously been reported on, interesting fact about the contact tracing in terms of COVID, not to date, or rather as of yesterday, shall I say, not a single case of coronavirus has been contact traced back to a movie theater. It's been contact traced to restaurants. It's been contact traced to grocery stores. It's been contact traced to churches, to, various public functions, but not a single one has been contact traced back to a movie theater. Now, I get it. The vast majority of movie theaters have been closed for a long time, but, 70% have been open for the past month plus. We don't have any reported cases of coronavirus coming from a movie theater. If that's true, and we can stay on this trend, I'm very hopeful for what the future holds. I'm very, very much looking forward to it.
Well, I mean, the ones that are open, they're enforcing face mask regulations and social distancing measures. And you got to figure that, they can't relax on those things, especially as we're continue to learn more and more about the transmissibility of the virus, and that a lot of it is airborne. That's why when people are facing each other and talking, that's a danger. If you're yelling, that's spreading your infection, possibly even
when you're evangelizing, or when you're singing, or when you're
or a big belly laugh guffaw, laughter type movie, a raucous comedy that you've got a crowded theater with no masks. That's going to be a big problem. So I think that it's a reflection on how responsible the theaters are being and sticking to their safety protocols.
I agree. But question for you guys is, what do you think of AMC very publicly coming out and saying, we're keeping our doors open? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. And if you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Weird Al Yankovic would want you to do. Dun, 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 dun.